Alrighty, welcome everybody. I'm Travis Murray with the Pinball Company, and today we're going to be showing off gameplay from Stern Pinball's newest pinball machine, Venom. Now, this is on 0.91 code, so it's early. You might see some bugs, you might see some weird scoring things going on, but hey, that's pinball. You see what the software is, and you figure it out from there. Now, of course, if you're watching this in the future, most likely there's going to be new code out, and some of the things might be a little bit different. But the main takeaway from this is you'll get a fundamental understanding for how this game works, what the shots are on the Pro, because it's obviously going to be a little bit different with the Premium. As the Pro, the shots don't change. It's all just there. It's static. In this video, we're going to be showing different tactics and different strategies and just overall gameplay and my thoughts during the gameplay itself. If there's a certain thing that you want to see, just look down below. I will have different events marked out in the chapters, so that way you can just easily go wherever you want to go. A little bit about me. I am a competitive pinball player, currently ranked 21st in the world as of the recording of this video, and I believe I'm 4th or maybe 5th on the Stern Pro circuit. I also do a lot of the content that's here on YouTube with the Pinball Company, and I will be doing content from here on out. So if you've seen me before on different podcasts with currently the Triple Drain Pinball podcast, you will see me a lot more over here as well, just doing gameplay, doing tutorials, and probably having a few other videos come out in the future. Other than that, let's get to the gameplay. For purposes of this video, I'm just going to refer to the shots as they are, not by the names on the playfield. That way we're all on the same page. Now, you can pretty much start with whatever character you want. For this particular game, I start with Eddie. Now, one of the things I highly recommend, especially if you have ball saves, to do exactly what I just did there. Always do a super skill shot into that 180/left loop right there, because that will spot a mini mode on the playfield. The other thing with Eddie is that obviously his locks are lit from the very beginning, which you're seeing indicated by the green inserts on the playfield. The whole goal of this game, though, is to pretty much fill up that grid that you see with the 2 blinking lights down there. And the way that you do that is you hit the combos. You'll have a yellow light at the top on that vertical line. You'll have light blue in the middle, and you'll have white at the bottom. And all you got to do is just match up colors, and you just hit 2 shots of those colors. And with each character, the 2 shots stay in the same predictable pattern. So you'll begin to see that as this happens. The other thing to keep in mind early on is that every single time you do get a ball lock, make sure you're on that action button, because if you're not, you will start your multi-ball. And from what I can tell, there's really no reason to go ahead and play this as a 2-ball or even a 3-ball. I much prefer to get it up to 4 to 6. I forget how much I use for this particular gameplay, but you'll find that ideally you want to do more than 2 or 3.
Now let's get to work.
Now, what we saw right there is that because I finished that first grid on Eddie, I got to hit the left ramp to switch my host. Again, you can pretty much do that pretty quick. And it's very important too to go ahead and pick up your skill shots as well. And you're able to do your skill shots every single time you switch characters. And one thing of note also is that those 3 color inserts that are out there, they've switched. Because I changed colors, they're going to be at different shots. So for Flash, you're going to see yellow be on the left orbit, the left ramp. You're going to see blue be on the right loop, right orbit. And you're going to see white be on the scoop and center ramp. And right there was the first doppelganger that we got. You get that by defeating so many infected that you can see on the LCD screen. I had 8 defeated, therefore it lit at that 180 turn. And again, right there, that's all we're doing is just combos. And because we got, I believe, 4 locks at this point, we have to do 3 more combos at that point to get to the next one. So I think I have 1 more combo to go to get to my next lock. So anything that's flashing, I want to hit. We hit that one. And now another lock is lit. The other thing you probably noticed right there on the LCD, it said that Agony combo. I had 1 more, I think, to go. That's one of the things that they currently don't have on the rule set, at least on the PDF rule set, which I'll provide down below in the description also. They don't label it as that, it just says mini modes. So you can see right there, Agony combo battle qualified. So essentially just think of the grid, those lights in the grid, think of them as that particular boss as their combo. So you see Agony blinking right there. with the ball or with the lights, the mini lights right there, solid. So those represent the combos that I've gotten to qualify that boss. Now, I know you guys probably watched that and you're wondering what the heck happened. The honest truth, I have no idea how to get over to Peter without doing that. It takes so many shots to do. So I find I want my third character for this game to be Peter. So I just decided just to dump out the ball because I did not want to accidentally start my Mayhem multi-ball without having the character Peter. Plus, if you notice right there, I could take my mini or my skill shot right there and get another mini mode done. And now we go straight into Mayhem multi-ball. We're going to take Sleeper as the team up. What Sleeper does is it will add more time to battles, but it also acts as our add-a-ball for a multi-ball, which you will see in the upper left-hand corner on the LCD. Now, this is phase 1 of Mayhem, and I do this phase very bad. You want to be able to you want to be able to hit the left ramp and then go over to the scoop, and you just repeat that shot back and forth. And I believe that builds up value overall. But once you hit any other major switch, it starts phase 2 of the multi-ball. So the other thing you're going to see right here, I have Carnage multi-ball lit nearly immediately at the center ramp as a stack. That's why I selected Peter, because it's much easier to start Carnage and it makes Carnage worth a whole lot more. So I believe it's only 3 shots to that captive ball right there to light Carnage multi-ball at the center ramp. And as you can see, the value for Carnage multi-ball is just insane right now. Plus another doppelganger right there because we got to 16 infected. In this game, it's pretty much just all about stacking, and that's what you're seeing right now. The basic stack is you want to get a 5 to 6 ball Mayhem. You want to start it, bring in Carnage, and then through all your flailing around, you're going to hit Carnage targets. And those targets are the little red swirlies that you see throughout the playfield. And you hit those once, it'll light it. You hit it again, it'll defeat and infect it. So that's where you're seeing that there. There's a stand-up target on the far left, the captive ball at Carnage, the bell tower shot, which is a stand-up right up the middle, right to the right of the center ramp, and then the 2 targets right at the scoop, and then another target on the far right that I just aimed for right there. Now, the reason why this is super important, whenever you're in a multi-ball, feel free to flail away at the captive ball and even at the scoop, because those are 3 targets right there that will give you a ton of infected without you even having to think about it. And the odds are you're going to get a lot of doppelgangers because of that. And that's very important. And we'll see that here in just a few, why that's so darn important. And the other thing to be ready for, of course, is the fast locks. Whenever you hit a certain shot, just be expecting the ball to come back to a flipper pretty quick. As long as you're expecting it, though, you'll be able to handle it. And the other tidbit I can give as of right now, if you have Mayhem multi-ball ready to go and you have Carnage ready to go at the same time, right up the middle, you will not be able to play your phase 1. I mean, well, technically it'll be on there, but good luck trying to play it because Carnage starts at the same time and you're going to hit a major switch awfully fast. Now, the idea of these multi-balls, when you're in Carnage, you're following the blue little triangle or the blue little arrow, and in Mayhem, you're following the red arrows. In Mayhem, you pretty much just want to complete all major shots, then you'll light a super jackpot at the scoop, and whenever you hit that, you'll end up defeating whatever character you happen to be in, or whatever minor boss. And that's generally what happens from doing the fast locks. You'll qualify minor bosses along the way, and you'll also get 2x experience, and you'll get another 1x playfield added on as well. And that's just for locking the balls too. And whenever you play, you step up, just look at the fast locks, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And as you can tell, points pile up quick here. If you just play patiently, points will definitely pile up. And the main thing is to find your flow too. As you just saw right there, if you aim for the right side of the horseshoe, oftentimes the return will come right back to your left flipper, and you can decide whether you want to live catch it or whether you want a dead bounce. In this case, obviously, because I'm trapped up on the left side, I have to opt for a live catch to try to stay in control. Now, another thing I could do, and I believe I currently have 4x playfield multiplier going. I could keep hitting this ramp over and over and over again, try to get more, as you can see. I just aimed for the target right there after hitting that center ramp so many times, and it added on another playfield X. But I will admit, I'm kind of struggling figuring out how that exactly works, because the scoring, I don't know if it's off or if something is off with me. I haven't quite figured out how that all figures, because sometimes I think it's going to score a certain amount and it doesn't. Other times I don't expect it to score anything much and then it does. So here's what you're going to see too. Mayhem's worth 44 million right there. Not sure if that was even correct, but you're going to see my Carnage score come up here in just a few. And here's Rampage, which is a mini wizard mode off Doppelganger. Yeah, there it is right there. Carnage came out at 884 million. So it's worth a lot. Anyhow, so let's see. Rampage, what you want to do is every blue major light out there, you have only about 10 seconds to hit as much that you can, and that will eventually light your jackpot on the left horseshoe. You'll see it light here in just a few. There it is. And so I got 13 seconds to go. The timer does stop until you hit a major switch, so keep that in mind as well. At least I think so. I just saw the timer go right there, so maybe myth busted. Maybe it just keeps going. We'll see. Nope, it's back up to 15. So maybe if you hit it, it just resets. Let's see. This is the first time I've actually got to pay attention and find out. Yep, it looks like it does reset. So as long as you can stay in a flow. And I think on this, yep, it's right here on this gameplay, you see a tactic you can do as well, that you can try to hit the ball to the left very quickly and get it off the side of the game to ricochet back in. So sometimes flailing does work. But right here, you've seen basic tournament strategy, I would say, that just stacking everything together, getting to Rampage, and playing a decent Rampage. And as you can tell right there, it's worth currently 1.8 billion. So the points definitely do pile up. Now, right now, I want to complete my vertical line so that way I could light my next character. But I also do have Lasher qualified to play right up the middle, which is what I'm aiming for. So the reason why I can play this right now is because I have my vertical grid line completed and I'm past level 10. That's how I can play that solo. But I elected to go for Scream because that was lit at the scoop, and that's due to defeating so many infected. Admittedly though, I am absolutely terrible at this video mode. It kind of fools you at first. You think it's going to be super easy, then all of a sudden they just start coming faster and faster, and I still have yet to get the timing down. If you wait long enough, you can capture more than one with your hair, but obviously right there, I can't do it. I have not. I think you get, if you get to 50 at my end, I don't know, the most I've ever gotten is 48, so it's not easy for me at all.
It's mystery time.
All right, so you're going to see that the mysteries are deterministic because I am in competition settings. If you're playing standard, it would not be like that. It would be just all over the place. You sometimes might even get all of above. I don't believe you can do that while in competition. All right, now we're seeing another, I believe this is a mini wizard mode. This is Toxin. And you get Toxin whenever you play Mayhem, Carnage, and Doppelganger. And what you're looking for is a couple of different phases. You complete this first phase by hitting the yellow shots twice, and then you'll cash in a jackpot at the scoop. If you do that, you will start phase 2, which is a 2-ball multi-ball, and you kind of just do the same thing. Now, if you bring in Sleeper as one of your team ups, you can add a ball during phase 1. So keep that in mind. If you have Sleeper in your back pocket and you want to use it, then might be a good time whenever you're draining out. All right, so the second ball will kick into play right here. And this is really where you see excellent value start to come up. And the other part I'm trying to figure out as well, and I believe this is what's happening. If you look on the LCD screen, you'll see where it says shot 2x multiplier. From what I think I'm seeing, every single time I hit one shot, any shot I hit next will be worth 2x. I'm not sure how long it'll keep doing that, but that's what appears to be happening. All right, so I got all 3 done so far, so I figured I'll just go to Gwen. Do the same thing we talked about earlier. Hit that skill shot right there, and it automatically spots a mini mode. Another thing you're seeing right here too, you're seeing a character hurry up. That part I still haven't figured out. You do have the character hurry ups, which is on the PDF. So if you want to look into those, feel free to take a gander. I think I try it a few times this game. And so we have a couple other things going right now. We have Carnage Hurry Up going, and we have another Doppelganger. As you can tell, the Carnage Hurry Up is very difficult to do. I believe I could have used my Spidey sense right here too, which is using the action button, holding it down momentarily, and it'll show you a shot to hit. I think I could have used that to beat this mode, but I did not end up doing that with this particular instance.
I congratulate you, little man.
And again, if it looks like a lot's going on, just keep in mind, you're simply following the colors that are on the playfield. Match up colors. That's all you're doing. On that grid right there, you see the light blue blinking off and on. That's what I got to complete.
It's mystery time.
And this is a huge mystery award. On the third one, it's light 3 locks. And they're talking about Mayhem locks. But the only way you can get back to Mayhem is you have to defeat a minor boss.
Is that the best you've got? It's pathetic.
I used to think it was play a minor boss, but I'm pretty sure it's defeat a minor boss. Either way, maybe we'll find out right here. We got another Doppelganger right there. And that right there, that's part of where I'm not sure with the scoring, because it showed that the base value was 30 million. I ended up getting 120 million for it, even though I don't think I have a playfield multiplier running at the time, and I just have a shot multiplier. So I'm not sure. If anybody understands that, feel free to drop a comment and let me know. We're right back in Rampage again. You guys know the drill. Shoot the blue shots to build the value. And then eventually you'll be done with this phase, and then you'll have your Doppelganger value built up as a super jackpot on that left horseshoe. Right now it's indicating it's worth 30 million. I believe it would be 60, but it's showing 120. So it's giving me 4x. And I think it'll keep going up too as I keep hitting the shot. Or I could hit a post and see how many points that gives. All right, another Gwen combo right there. And definitely don't sleep on the combos for that. I believe you have to get past your minor bosses as well in order to light character combos, or character hurry-ups, should I say, which is found at the scoop. And I found that they are worth incredible value. I believe I played one on another video that I'm not sure if I recorded or not, but it was Peter Parker is worth about 1.2 billion just for that character hurry up. All right, so finally we're in a solo battle against Phage. I wish I could tell you exactly what to do, but again, if you're just like me, you're not quite sure, just follow the shots. Certain shots are medium hits, other shots are big hits, other shots are small hits. I find myself always looking for the red insert to hit. The darker it is, the more likely I want to hit it. Another common thing we did not go over till just now, and I probably should have went over about 20 minutes ago, but if you look at the grid, every time you finish out part of that grid, you get whatever is in that box, basically. So it has extra time, it has web 2x combos, the flamethrower 2x experience, extra ball save, and plus 1x playfield. So that could be what's happening as well in terms of the playfield multipliers. Now we get to fight Grendel. Good times. Grendel's activated once you're at level 20 and you defeat a minor boss. That's what you're seeing right here.
She's disappointed in you.
As of 0.9 code, there was a known exploit for Grendel in terms of how Grendel regenerates. However, I'm not sure if it's there for 0.91, and I don't really wait to find out. I just want to keep going through this mode and keep playing. And there we get to see the flamethrower in action. So how that works, 3 shots will be lit. You hit the middle shot, it'll spot all 3 shots. There we go. There's the big hit. Taking the principle of the darker the shot, I'm going to go for it.
Phase 3 battle.
I forget how many phases Grendel has. I believe it's 4, because I know Knull has 5. So we're going to go with 4. Hopefully this is it. And this is an interesting phase as well, to where you have to relock the balls. But again, you have ball save during this phase too. So definitely play patient. You do not have to panic. And because we got flamethrower, we're just going to go up the middle over and over and over again. So we get to the multi-ball portion. And we're going to put the balls back in the locks. And get ready for the final blow. Getting greedy, trying to do shot multipliers. And that's the end of Grendel.
It's mystery time. Shot multiplier increased. Ball 1 block.
Now at this point, I'm not at level 30, and I have to be level 30 in order to fight Knull the first time. So my only option is to try just to grind out the ball locks. Try to do other things in the game.
Agent Venom.
I probably could have went after character combos at this point. And I'm not sure. Maybe I do focus on that. But again, I'm not very familiar with them right now, but I know that they're there. And I think at this point in the game, it's probably something that somebody would want to go for, just if they want to play points or do something a little bit more with the game, or just try out different things.
You are more useful than you first.
And as you can tell, I'm just taking my time through the menus. I'm not really concerned about a speed run for this. Although you can get a Stern Insider achievement, I believe, if you're below 35 minutes in the speed run. We got Bell Tower Frenzy going right now, which I believe is just a switch-based mode. And I think you can collect it, like a big award at the stand-up target right there as well. I think I might be getting 2 things combined up. But that's the beauty of pinball. There's little nuances in all these games to figure out. Again, always stick to the principle of staying on that action button. Do not forget that. Otherwise, you will start a multi-ball that you don't mean to start. We're going to let all these insider connected achievements get through. That's the fun when you're using a brand new profile. Get to see everything pop.
That's a bonus we can both be proud of.
Fairly healthy bonus right there.
Shoot again.
I am going to play all extra balls on this game because why not? May as well.
Impressive.
Now, it looks like I potentially have Rampage lit at the center ramp.
It's mystery time.
But I'm also picking off my mysteries at this point.
Infected defeated.
All right, more Doppelganger, because why not? May as well. And I have 2 more combos to go in order to light another lock. So right here, I'm trying to get over to that right side because I want to backhand the scoop. Generally, I try to avoid forehanding as much as I can because I find that if I get a little too froggy and I try to forehand something, oftentimes I'm sending the ball out of control. Plus, if you can, it is capable, or you can go ahead and post catch out of those fast locks as well. So generally what I like to do is I like to backhand shots, get into a fast lock, use the post trap to stay under control. And all that means is when the ball feeds out of the fast lock, it'll go to the flipper really quick. You hit the flipper up really fast. You hit it into that post that holds the slingshot right there, and you get the ball to completely stop on your flipper, which is great because you stay under control. But I imagine what's going to happen if this game is ever in high-level tournaments, you'll probably see those flippers be droop, or maybe even lightning flippers. Because obviously, if you can post catch, you're going to be able to stay in control of this game.
It's mystery time.
Another mystery. We're going to see so many mysteries, it's no longer going to be a mystery. And for those wondering how those mysteries keep happening, it's simply just going over the end lanes over and over and over again. You'll see a white light move around as I hit the flippers down below. So you want to go over the end lane that is not lit. And because everything returns to the fast locks, mysteries will stack up. All right, we're fighting Lasher. This shouldn't be too much trouble simply because we're level 30 right now, fighting a level 10 boss. At level 10, Lasher is difficult. Level 30, it should not be a difficulty at all. Gonna go after orbits. And if we hit a red arrow along with the little red arrow below it, small and big, you'll basically have a lot of value out of that. So that's what I'm aiming for, but I'm missing. So as you can see right there, Lasher moved across the playfield. Now we're having to look to the left side. And that spot right there, I could have opted for a short plunge, but I went ahead and let it come all the way around because I wanted to show how I'm having a hard time post passing from left to right. All right, little loop pass right there, stay under control. And unfortunately, I was just saying how Lasher should not be difficult, and he still beats me. What can you do? It's almost like I forgot that happened. So now we're in another Rampage. By now, everybody that's watching this video should know the drill. Blue shots build value. Then you'll cash in your Doppel value at the left horseshoe. And as we saw earlier, it starts at around 15 seconds and the timer keeps resetting every time you hit it. This should be fairly decent right here. It's saying it's worth 41 million base. Whew, 255. Yeah, I would say fairly decent. What's this one going to be worth? 180. Okay, so we've gone back down because a multiplier obviously was not on it. Then we're going to hit it a couple times there. I have no idea if it scored or not. We're back to 190. Now we know it goes up by 5 every single time you hit it. There you go. The more you know. Now we're up to 200. Now we're up to 300. And we're switching characters. So again, even if you don't want to think about it in terms of shot multipliers or whatever, just see a shot, hit the blinky thing. That's never failed anybody in pinball ever. Unless somebody codes in some ramp that blinks and you just hit it nonstop and it's not scoring anything but just building up a value and you have no idea. We're getting right back into another Mayhem multi-ball here. Again, sticking to the principle of going for 5+ multi-ball. You can get away with 3 or 4, but I mean, why not? If you find the shots, just go big. And right here, I'm able to play a little bit more patient. You're going to see me just go back and forth to try to hit the scoop and try to hit the left ramp. Now, of course, I end up hitting another shot, and therefore that phase is done. My only real bone to pick with Mayhem is that overall the jackpots they're not very valuable up front. Maybe it's a little bit better with Eddie since he is supposed to boost those jackpots overall, but compared to Carnage, I would say I would definitely focus on Carnage jackpots while being stacked and almost use Mayhem in that stack early on just to help you just grind out more Carnage jackpots. And infect it as well. Because as you guys can see, or even all the women out there watching, that the Doppelganger can be worth a pretty healthy amount. And on the Pro, obviously, it's a lot easier to complete. You're not dealing with that mech coming from the right side. You're just dealing with a horseshoe shot. That's it. And you don't even have to make it around. I see that sometimes you just hit the front part of it and it will go ahead and finish off for you. And I've seen that on a couple of different pins. So I was thinking maybe there was a switch that could have been off or something like that, but nope. It's working just fine. So go figure. We can beat Grendel, but we lose the Lasher in higher level. That's how it goes, I guess. All right, this is the third Carnage. This is Bloodlust. You have a timer set to 30 seconds. You can shoot the center ramp to give you more flips, but it does count down on your flips. And I believe at some point, I don't know if it happens here, but I think the game can fight back too and attack you to where you lose control of your flippers. Yeah, it happened right there. Okay. I knew the game was out to get me at some point. There it was right there. And it actually ended my mode. Go figure. Pinball's fun. We see a Peter combo right there start. Hopefully at some point in this video I actually do show a character combo. I'm pretty sure I do. You would think I know since I played this. Lasher's re-qualified. We go into battle again. I think this might have been me trying to figure out how I could avoid Lasher. But instead, I want to give a clinic on how just to balance the ball on your left flipper over and over again. Oh, this might be when I was actually trying for the Peter combo right now. Ah, that's what's happening. Okay, now we're seeing it. Little dead bounce over. Okay, so there it is right there, everybody. And again, those combos are on the PDF for Stern Pinball's rules. And I believe what they did, okay, yeah, you complete that and it goes into the host hurry up right there. So now I need to follow this white shot and it is worth a ton of points. Look at that, 240, whatever that was. We got a hurry up countdown. There we go. 566 million. So do not sleep on that. If you're playing this game, you want to impress your buddies, learn your host hurry ups, learn your host combos. All right, we're going to go back and fight Lasher now. Hopefully I don't eat my words this time, but he has a little bit more damage. I'm more prepared. I'm a higher level now. I'm seasoned. I'm ready to go.
Phase 2 battle.
And that's about the only way that I can think of to get a ball over to that left flipper is the hurry up post catch. Maybe try to flick it up real quick. I don't know too many versions of this pin to where you could just ski jump, just because the flippers do set up steep. Now we did beat Lasher that time, which is excellent. We need to get him out of the way. Now we can focus on Riot, Agony, and Knull.
Choose a host.
What I can't remember, do I fight Riot and Agony first, or do I go to Knull? Because if you beat, here's the big thing, if you beat all 4 minor bosses, you will unlock Hybrid, a Hybrid team up. And that's huge. You'll see his picture on the left-hand side, right above Sleeper. You can see him right there on the LCD screen. Because using that character will basically just drop a bomb on the entire game. You'll have 7x playfield running. Just everything just goes nuts with points. And I think at this point, I'm feeling pretty good about defeating all the villains. Got some confidence after beating Lasher. I know I'm higher level. Now would be the time to kind of make this move. And during that whole time, I believe that was a skill shot that was still lit. Never sleep on skill shots and never sleep on the combos in this game. They stay lit for a pretty good amount of time. You got a lot of grace period to work with. All right, surely I go back to Eddie Brock here. All right, we do. Decide to go right up the middle because I want to hurry up and play Riot. I don't want to mess around. I'm going to keep bringing Sleeper with me. And in this time, I'm using Sleeper because it increases the time to maximum. Sleeper, if you use them in multi-ball, can be for an add ball. Use them just solo, it maxes out your time, which is very important to get through these battles. And we do have a special attack lit on that scoop purple. That's what I'm going for. And I think at this point too, if it's not lit, I could probably use my Spidey sense to help me get to that as well. I'm very bad at using my Spidey sense and remembering it. So everybody watching this, learn from my mistakes. When in doubt, hit the action button, see what happens. But do it during the game. Don't do it while you're draining. PSA announcement right there. So we got through Riot and we started the first part of the Eddie combo. Can't remember if I try to go for it or not. Blinking on and off on the left ramp, but nope, I just go straight for it. I want to go to Knull. Let's try to get him out of here. And admittedly, I'm still trying to get used to the sequence to defeat Knull. I'm very much still in the, if I see a blinking shot, I'm going to hit it. And if I see a darker blinking shot, I'm going to try to hit that, or something that's just different. But right now, if we notice out there, there's 2 shots that are different, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do, is aim for those shots. They're a little bit different color. So I want to get more damage. I want to get a bigger hit. This is phase 3 of 5. And you get a decent ball save as well. Just keep that in mind as you're going. Try to attack when you can. When that ball save is gone, that's when you want to try to play a little bit more conservative. Hit shots that you know you can stay under control. Get the ball back to a flipper. That's the general recommended tactic. You don't want to be out of control too much at this point. Just think of it this way. Think of it as if you don't see a ball save on, you're conservative. If a ball save is on and that's going off, you can be all gas, no brakes. Right now, prime example, all gas, no brakes. Ball save's on. I know it's on. Have a multi-ball going. I'm just going to start praying and spraying. I'm going to try to hit my shots that I can. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing this blindly, though. You still want to be aware of where you're at in the game. Take a peek. And don't be afraid to drain a ball either. If a ball's in the way, let it go, then take your shot. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And that's kind of what you saw me do right there. All right, so Knull is done. So that gives everybody a little bit of an idea of what happens when you just simply play out the game. You get to defeat a bunch of characters, you get to defeat Knull, get to put Grendel in his place, and then you get to unlock a new host, which is great. Which is Venomized Hulk, Venomized Captain America, and Venomized Wolverine. And the glorious part, and we're going to keep going with this video, you start all over again to level 1, you bring in your new character to the game, and you get to keep playing your game. So why not? We might as well keep going here.
You are that I choose you.
Yeah, at this point, I'm still not quite sure how I want to use Hulk. Obviously, Hulk can have one Hulk smash like per ball. And I show exactly how to play him by draining out nearly immediately. That's how you play Hulk right there. Just send it to an out lane and watch it drain. I really wanted to wiggle this game a lot more, but what you can't see is my recording rig is right there, and the last thing I want to do is hit the rig. I don't want to do that. So I give this game very light nudges. Sometimes accidentally slide it because it's on carpet, and then I just have to nudge it right back. But that's the fun part. When I'm playing in studio, I rarely do massive saves on the game. If I'm playing in competition, all bets are off. We'll go for broke then.
It's mystery time.
Once again, following the principles of this game. Follow the lights. You see a light, you hit it, then you hit the same color when it's flashing elsewhere. And it all goes in a predictable pattern. Right now we're on Eddie. So you're going to see yellow. Well, I say we're on Eddie, we're actually on Hulk. So it's going to be a little bit different here. So obviously you saw yellow on the right orbit, and now yellow's on the right horseshoe. I was thinking Eddie because I was just looking at his grid. Totally forgot. We're on Hulk right now. And as of this code, I don't know if this will ever change. You can hit the same combo over and over and over again until you get your locks lit. So if you find a combo that you feel confident in, it's safe shots, go ahead, grind it out. Hit it as many times as you need, get your locks, go from there. I believe that's what I'm doing right here, because I can go right orbit, just get under control, easy backhand right here, right back to a trap.
It's mystery time.
Now I'm seeing this, I'm wondering if in one game it's possible to do every single character hurry up and every single character combo. Carl D'Angelo could probably do it. I'm no Carl, unfortunately. I'll just wait till the camera's off. I'll keep playing with the glass off. Hit some switches with my hands, and then I can say I did it. That shot I got lucky with, though. I'm kind of breaking my golden rule there. Forehanding the left ramp. I've been playing for a while, so I'm a little bit froggy right now. Probably should have drained right there just to teach myself a lesson, but alas, even making mistakes, still get rewarded for it for whatever reason.
It's mystery time.
And I believe with mysteries, we've kind of looped back around now. because plus 1000 experience is usually the second mystery. As you can tell in the LCD right there, we're back in 6-ball multi-ball. And here's where things get crazy. To where because we've defeated all 4 minor bosses, we can use hybrid. And we will be able to keep using hybrid for the rest of the game. That part I was very surprised about because I didn't realize that that was possible. I am a little annoyed with myself though, because I think I completely just forgot about Carnage Multiball at this point and didn't even try to get to a second one. So I'm not even sure how many hits it would take since we've done the first 3 Carnages, which is the Multiball, the Hurry Up, and the Bloodlust. So I figured it would rotate back around to a Multiball. Maybe I accidentally hit it. But when you see in the upper left-hand corner of the LCD screen, you're going to see hybrid, super bomb ready. That's what I was talking about earlier. So if I hit that action button, it should spot every single shot out there, I believe, and it gives me 7x playfield. At some point, I've got to use it here. Maybe I'm waiting till the second or the third go around on jackpot. There's a super jackpot. And I do have a playfield multiplier running right now, which I'm guessing is 3 since it's 2 and 1. I did get a C in math in high school, everybody, so look out. And that right there, whenever you know that you're losing a ball in a flipper, if you have another ball, I feel like there's no need to panic and flail. It's perfectly fine to just drop that ball, leave the ball in the flipper, keep playing. All right, so we got to use our Hulk Smash, which spotted all shots. Then we used it again, the button again to go to hybrid. We're at 7. I think I'm trying to do a shot combo with that also to see what would happen. Not sure if that did anything to add on to the playfield multiplier. But as you can see, with 7x, the jackpots start to get a little healthier. But that being said, if you remember at the very beginning of this video, with the Carnage jackpots, you'll see. Even right now, we're deep into the game, playing Mayhem, and the jackpots aren't as, they're not even worth as much as the Carnage jackpot. That just shows you the power of Carnage. And I'm really all for getting to Peter and using Peter whenever you're ready to stack all your multi-balls together. Now we're going to play another Doppelganger here. We're doing Rampage. Building up value. And this is when we got the 7x going to. So this is going to get nutty very fast. There's a 700, and I believe possibly an 800 happened right there. Maybe behind, you just didn't see it. Maybe not. Maybe it's just capped at 7. Thought maybe it went up. Nope. So there was a 700 that happened without anybody seeing it. Yeah, I'm just going to make up numbers now. Like I told you guys, I dominated math in high school. So at this point, I definitely have my sights set on 2 things. I want to play Knull again and beat him one more time. And I want to try to get to 30 billion. That's my goal. Obviously, if you looked at the title of this video, you've already seen how many points I end up with anyways, but I really wanted to get to 30 billion. If you haven't seen it, well, congrats. You ran into a minor spoiler in the middle of the video. Following the green flashing light, going for Hulk combos. Now this one right here, I remember seeing this, and I knew the host Hurry Up was ready with 7. I got excited. I wanted to know how much this would be worth. And I proceeded to not only let my timer run out, but I decided to see how much that post was worth. Let me tell you, that post is worth nothing. I got into a rhythm right here. So 406 right there without. Imagine if I still had the 7x playfield running with that. The power of hybrid. Holy cow. Now, in a normal tournament, I don't think you're going to see these parts. If you do, it's probably somebody crazy like Jason Zoller, Escher Lefkoff. But that being said, if you're just playing at home and jamming, you're going to get to this portion. No doubt in my mind. Because at some point, you're going to finish the game, and then you're going to be able to bring characters in. You're going to pull them to other levels, so on and so forth. So that's the one thing about this game that I'm happy about, that people are going to be able to experience different parts of the games that they otherwise wouldn't be able to under usual circumstances with other games. I think that's one thing that this game does excel at. I do find that the speed run is fun to do. There's just something about knowing you're under a time crunch and you're trying just to beat a certain time. I'm not sure though what the lowest time possibly could be. I'm curious if it would be around 15 minutes or so, a sub 15 run. It could be possible if you don't miss many shots and you know exact paths to go through. But that takes a lot of knowledge and a lot of planning and a lot of execution as well.
My name is Eddie Brock. Our name is Venom.
So it looks like I'm flirting with using another character. I think I've had enough Hulk. All right, we go back to Peter because we want to complete that last mini mode, which we do. Always be skill shotting, especially if you have a ball save. Left flipper, 180 on the left side. It will spot a mini mode. Again, hybrid lit all the way through, so we have no reason to play anybody else. We always want the chance at 7x. Now, I don't know why I waited this long. I should have went ahead and just used them. But I like the idea, apparently, of having 7x in my pocket and not using it. And then I thought, oh yeah, wait a second. I just picked this, I might as well use it. Curious to see what these values will be. I don't remember. 37.8 for that. I know here a couple of times it crossed my mind to try to let it time out and go through, but then I was like, oh, there's no sense. Might as well hit and be done with mode. Or with the battle. There you go. Points just keep going up, up, and away. And we should have 3 locks, I believe, lit. We're ready to go since we hit that mystery a little bit earlier. And at some point, I'm almost positive I'm gonna have a brain fart and I'm gonna forget to hit this action button. Just a friendly reminder, always remember, even when you go in to change your host or choose your host and you're gonna change things up, make sure you're paying attention, because as soon as you pick your host, it will go directly into that LCD screen or that screen of starting the multiball. And if you do not cancel it out, you'll be in multiball when you don't mean to. You want to be very careful about that. Which is very interesting. I have a love-hate relationship with action buttons and pinball, but I will say the Venom pinball machine requires you to really you have to pay attention to the action button. You just have to. The spidey sense with making sure that you don't start a multi-ball by accident. There's a variety of reasons to use it. we're still in 7x. And I'm not sure if I got more time because I've hit the target or done anything, or because of the mystery, adding the 1x playfield. It's possible just adding the extra X, just reset the timer. Grendel's wanting a rematch. Why not? We got 7x. We're feeling good about this. But right there, 5 million for a small hit. I don't even know what the math is on that. I will say at this point, with 18 billion points, 5 million just does not feel like much. All right, we're getting a little bit bigger. We're breaking 10.
That's the best you've got. It's pathetic.
And little sequences like that. You want to try to hit shots that you're able to hit. You want to try to stay in a flow that if you are going to go ahead and let the ball go, just find paths. Find different sequences that you know that your skill set can handle. So center ramp to scoop, that's a good one. I like backhanding the left ramp and then forehanding the center ramp. You could even, if you wanted to, you could even do the center ramp and then backhand the left horseshoe. It's just the only thing with that, you're most likely going to put the ball out of control, because that horseshoe feed from left to right likes to go into the top part of the sling. Kind of flirting with danger there. But if you go on the right side of the horseshoe, the feed usually comes right back to a flipper, which is nice. And that was a flipper fumble on me. That went off the joint. Did not read that correctly. Grendel wins this time. That's really the name of the game, though, when it comes to pinball in general. Whether you're playing at home or you're playing competitive, it's really just all about finding shots that you can hit consistently. And once you're able to do that, then you're kind of piecing everything together, understanding what the rule set is and basically what modes are important for that shot. That's kind of a way to open up different parts of the game, or of any game that you might have in your collection. All right, trust in the dead bounce right there. Trying to complete more hurry ups. Getting all the character combos, and then that way I can go into hurry up. So it's the combos, then hurry up. And you'll know that the hurry up's ready to go, just not the LCD screen, but even if you look at the scoop, it is flashing there. On that plastic up above the scoop, it has just various information up there, and whatever you have lit will blink right there. It's not too often you see that type of nuance on a pro, so that is nice to see. There's really no guessing in terms of what could be lit or what's not lit, because it tells you right there, as long as you're paying attention. Now we're going to see the basic strategy of trying to go back and forth on the left ramp and scoop. And this does end, even though the timer resets itself. If you hit so many shots, it will automatically go to phase 2. So you see how it says 3 shots made. We might actually find out how many shots you can do before the first phase is done. Or I might just drain and we go directly into phase 2. Why not? Now we're doing hybrid. I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. Do it early. Although after seeing this, I think an argument could be made that if you're pretty confident in your multi-ball skills, maybe you hold on to hybrid until the 3rd round, maybe. But you're also taking a chance because you have to get there. I'd be very curious what a triple super jackpot would be worth. with 7x. Doppelganger will be huge in this spot, 840. And it's funny right there. If you notice, I end up dumping out the multi-ball right there. And I think a big reason why I did that, if I'm remembering my mindset right, is I saw my speedrun time and I decided that I wanted to try to beat Knull as fast as possible at this point. I think my brain just shifted over to, instead of focusing on big points, at this point, I'm just like, I'm going after Knull. I'm going after a speed run. Might as well. The speed run, though, on the backside is obviously a lot easier to do just because you're a lot more powerful at that point. It's not just the levels, because you do have to start over, but you do have certain characters at your disposal. Obviously, with the Venomized Hulk, Captain America, and Wolverine, that could help you along the way a little bit easier. Plus, having hybrid helps as well. Now this is an actual battle that I would pay to see if the MCU could do this. Venomized Hulk versus Grendel. Why not? I think everybody here, if you watch Secret Invasion, maybe there's got to be something better out there, right? And I say that as a huge Marvel and MCU fan as well. All right, we do the Hulk smash. Try to get through this because I realize I'm out of control and I'm just kind of flailing around. Very important though. If you find yourself out of control, do not panic. Just remind yourself that you need a ball on a flipper. There's a little ricochet again that you can do. If you aim at the left side, you'll oftentimes get a ricochet into the scoop. I found that to be a fairly reliable tactic, which is pretty crazy. I wish I could say I'm aiming it precisely, but I've just found if you aim at anything on the left side, you'll get a ricochet over to that right side. And if everything's lit, you're bound to hit something, whether it's the horseshoe or it's the scoop. At this point, we're trying to lock balls, following that green arrow right there, or the green triangle. Got that. Now we got our final shot for this phase.
Phase 4 battle.
And when in doubt, ramp out. That's what you always do. Till the game tells you otherwise. You get in a flow, just keep going. Because the last thing you want to do is be in the flow on something and you're not sure if it's lit or not. But then what happens if you suddenly decide you're not going to aim after that shot anymore? And then you do hit it another shot and it's not lit. I've seen that happen way too many times. I've done that way too many times. I learned my lesson. I'll just keep hitting the same shot until I realize that it's not doing anything for me. All right, so we beat Grendel, the best 2 out of 3. Grendel is officially eliminated from the entire pinball machine. And now hopefully we can move on to Knull very quickly. And here we are. Again, my basic strategy here. If I see a purple shot, I know it's a special hit. I'm aiming after it. I'm staying in a general flow that I can do. If I see shots that are red or orange or yellow, I'm aiming after those. Blue shots are just used just on a as needed basis if I need to set up another shot, or if it just seems like the shot to go for at that point in time. So just right there, I use my usual center ramp, the scoop combo. I feel much more comfortable with doing that than I do trying to send a ball to the scoop on a forehand. Trying to center ramp some more. Right there, prime example. I got off my strategy and I hit a shot that wasn't even lit. I'm glad I talked about that because there we got to see it in real time right there. All right, finding special shots again. Anything that's purple, always aim at. Get your special attack out of the way. We're sending Knull somewhere. Going to phase 4. Surviving some slingshots. You do have to get lucky at times with pinball. No doubt about that. And right there, I nearly paid for it. I decided to try to forehand, and I got extremely lucky. I did not drain right down the middle right there. And I realized that too. In real time, I thought to myself, I'm going to go back to the normal strategy I have. So if you notice on the LCD screen, it has flipper time there, meaning it's kind of set up like impossible play, that I can't keep the flippers up or the flippers will die. And I push that to the limit as much as possible to the point that I do lose my flippers a few times. But Knull could not defeat us though. So there it is. There's the speed run afterwards. A little over 23 minutes. Again, a lot easier the second time, simply because you're a little bit more powered up at that point, I believe, with the Venomized characters. Yeah, we're just going Captain America, and I think at this point, I'm just jamming away. Because I beat Knull. I still want to get to 30 billion, but it's definitely a sense of relief to get through the game a couple of times. But the other part that I could go for that I don't believe I did it on this gameplay, I could have went after, I believe it's called Clintar Multiball. So there is still a major wizard mode after Knull. Knull is not, he may be the final boss, but it's not the final wizard mode. Back on Rampage again. That right there, maybe a little bit of a tactical error for me, taking a shot on the fly instead of getting trapped up real quick. I would have taken that extra second. I probably could have got another shot off at some point here. Instead, sending the ball around the right orbit and losing precious time right there.
Choose a host.
And I'm not very familiar with how the Venomized characters work yet. I think I said this a little bit earlier, just generally trying to figure out exactly what they do. In terms of just the flow of the game, obviously you can read the LCD, it gives you an idea of what they do, but doing it in practice and seeing what it matches up with is a whole nother thing. And that's what I really enjoy about pinball, is putting those pieces of the puzzle together. If my memory serves me correctly, I think at this point, I'm going to get very greedy, where I want as many locks as possible. I want the Captain America combo. I want to get to the Captain America Hurry Up. I want to do all the things. And then I get out of control. That'll happen though. That's pinball. The key is when you're out of control, tell yourself, ball on flipper. Ball on flipper. So darn important. That's a lot better than just praying and spraying. Now, I see a lot of players tend to do that. I do it myself. If you get out of control, it's a lot of flipping. But if you do have to keep flipping, just find a bailout shot. Find a shot that's safe. But you have to know that shot before you even start playing. So I would say for this particular game, a bailout shot is definitely that that right horseshoe and the right orbit. It's very hard to drain from that side.
It's mystery time.
Bailout shot for your right flipper going left.
Bonus multipliers.
I would probably say left orbit as much as you can. Maybe even the captive ball, possibly. All right, so I got my 5th lock, looking for my 6th lock. Just need a ball and a flipper. We finally did it. All we got to do is hit it. But I think I'm deciding to try to fill up my grid here. Doing something. And I'm draining due to a flipper fumble. And that's how the game ends. Oh my gosh. It happens. It happens at times. What can you do? That's going to be the end of the game right there. We finally got through it. Went through Knull a couple of times. Did a couple of speed runs. And we ended up right around... What is it? 28,200,000 something? Let's see. What is it? Not quite 30 billion. I think I just said 28 million. 28 billion something. Where are we at? 28,195,020,920 points. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Hopefully you learned something. Be sure, leave a comment, leave a like, do a subscribe, or just go play Venom. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Just go play Venom. You've seen it. You know how to play it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.